Hey guys, so welcome back to our Pittsburgh Pirate Dynasty build. I simmed a half a month more. We were at May 1st and now we're at May 14th. And we have fallen in the standings down to St. Louis. I believe St. Louis got very hot. Let's check over at them and see how they're doing. Yeah, they're having a very good month of May. So we find ourselves a game and a half behind them. So is what it is. But I mean, we are still over 500, and that is a positive. So let's get to it. We're gonna sim to the end of this month, and then at the beginning of next month we have the amateur draft. So we will see that. We're gonna hopefully sim through June. We're gonna try and get to the trade deadline here today. So let's get to it. Okay, guys, so it's Wednesday, May 23rd. We didn't make it to the end of the month, and we found out that David Freese has been diagnosed with concussion. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. So we are going to need to find a replacement for our third baseman, who is hitting .325, who is just absolutely tearing it up for what he's supposed to be doing. So place on DL. We'll place him on the 10-day for now. And we'll go down to AAA Indianapolis and see who we got for an out. We could bring up, we need third baseman. So we have Eric Wood, who's 25. He's okay. Who's this DH? DH is a left fielder. Can Luplo can play a little bit of third, but I don't know. Let's see who we have. Okay, so we have Sean Rodriguez up in the majors. He can play third. So we're really just bringing up a backup. So I think I am going to bring up Luplo. So we will promote him to Pitt. Awesome. Our manager will take care of that. Let's see what we got here for messages. Joey Bats is going to retire at the end of the year. That makes sense. Oh, and the All-Star voting begins. Nice. All right, so let's try and get to that end of the month now. All right, so we made it to the end of May, and we are 29 and 26, and that puts us in third with a game and a half out. Let us look at the standings before we look at anything else here. Okay, so we are behind Chicago and St. Louis. I expected Chicago to be better than they were, but they were only at 500 at the last month, but now they have increased. So it looks like I mean we're still very much into it, and so that month really didn't hurt us that bad. Let's check the wild card. We're 2 games out of the wild card, which isn't terrible. So we can still swing that. Other division leaders, we got the Yankees leading the East, 35 wins. That's about right. The Central, Cleveland's got that. The West is by the Angels. Wow. That is the wild, wild West over here. Let me tell you. Got a lot of good teams. East, you got the Mets. Wow. Surprise. 9-1 in their last 10. They are hot. And then over in this West, we have the Dodgers, the Giants. Those 2 teams are going to duke it out for first. All right. So we're going to go back to here. Let's actually sim one more day so we can get end of the month awards out there. See if any of our guys got any awards this time around. Be nice to have another pitcher of the month or something. Let us see. I also want to check these. Personal message. Thank you. Player development update. All right. Let's see our All-Star updating votes. And it looks like we have no one. Oh, our reliever Felipe Vasquez is in second on the reliever list, so that's cool. Very cool. We're going to read all those. Nothing really going on for us. Uh-oh. DeGrom, I was looking at him. He's going to miss 4 weeks. I was looking to trade for him, but we'll see. Okay, so let's look at this team. Oh, and after that win at St. Louis. We are now in first. How about that? Game and a half up now. Wow. We still have 3 more with St. Louis. So this is actually a huge series going on right now. And then wow, we have LA and then at Chicago. Wow, big month here in June. But okay, so Starling Marte, he's hitting 289, not bad. Polanco's still hitting. He's doing pretty well. Bell's looking fantastic. Love those numbers. Dickerson, the average is slumped a little bit, but that's about normal for him. Oh no, he hit 282 last year, so he's less than what he should be. Cervelli, the average came down. Oh, he's got a sprained knee day to day. Interesting. Colin Moran is absolutely hitting for average. Look at that, 345. That is phenomenal. He's got to be up towards the league leaders. Harrison's looking fine. Jordy Mercer's okay. Italian's still doing well, but other than that, this starting rotation is just, it's rough to watch. And then our bullpen ERA, wow, really increased. Our strength is still batting average and on-base percentage, but that bullpen and starters ERA, we definitely want to look to address those, especially since we're at first at this point in the season, you know? It's going to be really hard to address those because of the no money we have. So, how's Mitch Keller's looking decent, I guess, in AAA. I don't know if I want to bring him up, though. Plus, he's out for 3 weeks, so we don't have to worry about him for a little bit. You know what? While we're sitting here, let's check our league leaders. We're just going to check our National League because that's the one we're in. Okay, so average is Martel with a 354, and I'm pretty sure Colin Moran has somewhere around that, but I guess he's not qualifying as a league leader. So a few more bats and hopefully he'll qualify. Home runs, Chris Bryant with 15. Wow, 52 RBIs through 2 months. He is tearing the cover off that. He's on pace for 148. That's pretty good numbers. Yeah, I mean, batting, caught stealing, stolen bases, Billy Hamilton. Yeah, it all looks about right there. All right, let's check the pitching leaders real quick. ERA, Jeff Samardzija. Wow, that's kind of surprising. Having a fantastic year over there. Wins, Yu Darvish with 8. Fantastic. And then we are 2 off the lead for the saves lead. So we have 15, and Mark Melanson has 17. So we're coming for you. Wow, actually, Musgrove has a really good WAR, even though his ERA and win-loss is not fantastic. But he's up there. That's actually very surprising. So that's good to see. And the rest is pretty okay. We have a guy leading the league in walks, Glasnow. That is gonna have to address that. All right, so we're gonna sim to Monday, June 4th, and show you guys that first-year player draft. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we made it to Monday, June 4th. And it looks like we did quite well in that St. Louis series. We're still in first. But let's quick check the NL All-Star voting. Nothing crazy. Let's see if we took over. Nope, we're still in second there. Okay, we also have a message that Von Nova is still suffering from that sore shoulder, and it is unclear when he can come back now. So, that is interesting. Today is also that first-year player draft, so we are going to get right on that. Just want to show you those standings real quick. We are half game up on Chicago and 1.5 up on St. Louis. So let's get to that first-year player draft. And we have the 10th overall pick. So we'll continue that draft. Auto draft until Pittsburgh. And I think what I am going to be looking for is a starting pitcher. Because I don't know if you guys notice, our starting pitching isn't really good. And this guy is a sidearm. He only throws 91, but he is going to hopefully develop a nasty changeup. Let's see what our scouting report says. 20-year-old lefty can help out. He has the tools to start, but more than 5 innings may empty. I don't think that's our guy. Let's see who else. I mean, we could definitely go for an outfielder, but our outfield is so solid. We'd go for this shortstop. Let's look at this other Liberatore. So he is a curveball pitcher. He's going to hopefully develop a very good one. Let's see what the scouting report says. He also does not have great stamina. See what Joe Murray has. He's got fantastic control. Control is always good. He's got the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He doesn't even hit 90, though. That's kind of crazy. He does have a pretty good scouting report, though. He's expected to be an above-average starter, someone who you can count on. Not an anchor, but someone we can count on. So that's very interesting. Let's see what our scouting director recommends. He recommends that shortstop, who is gonna develop some pop. Look at that. His plus power potential. Feel cute. You know what? Shortstop is definitely a hole for us, so let's draft him. I like it. He's 18. Hopefully he develops into a really, really good player for us. All right, let's see what our next pick brings here. All right, so this is the 6-pack in the supplemental draft. Let's see, who does our scouting... They want us to take that center fielder here at the top. And, I mean, this kid's got speed. He's a pretty good defensive outfielder, and he's going to develop some pop, it looks like. I don't think we need a center fielder because we have Austin Meadows coming up, and he's going to patrol that for hopefully quite some time. Let's look at this pitcher. This kid is going to develop some kind of fastball here. I like Keasley. Let's see, Chad Bryant. I think this kid's also going to develop to be a really good... I kind of want a college player, though, someone that's a little bit closer to actually playing. So we're actually going to grab Heasley here. And signability, normal, that's fantastic. He pitched at OK State, so we're going to draft him. And then let's get to that next draft. Okay. And then this is the second round 8 pick. And look at that. Aldrich DeJong is still on the board, so we will take him. I mean, second round pick, we'll take him. We'll see what happens. All right, our third round. Let's see who our scouting director recommends. He says Christopher Tripp. Where's Tripp? Tripp is a relief pitcher. Wow. Tripp is a really good relief pitcher. He has reliable middle relief. I don't know. This guy looks like if he develops, he could be our closer of the future. You know what? We're going to take him because you can never have too good of enough bullpen. So we'll see what happens there. And now they want me to draft a shortstop Turner. But I am going to go in a different direction. I am going to grab another starting pitcher. Because I love starting pitching. And I think you can never have too much pitching. All right, so here we are, 5th round. I am going to have the AI complete this draft. I think our draft picks were pretty good. You know, it's hard to really tell how a draft pick's going to pan out until, 3-4 years down the road and who actually makes it to the majors. So, yep, we received a message. Okay, we can go here and we can negotiate with these draft picks. All right, so we want him. We're going to meet his demand. We have a draft budget of $7.9 million. We're going to put 1.1 right there. We're just going to meet these guys' demands because I'd like everyone that I drafted. Wow. So Libertor has indicated he wants to continue his education, and we have that. And he wants a bonus above 11.5 million. So it looks like we swung and miss with Libertor, because there is no way we're getting him. We just don't have it, and 11.5 million is a crazy amount. Okay, so all these guys are looking to continue their education, so we're moving on. It looks like we're only going to sign our top 4 picks. So, I mean, is what it is. We'll see what happens. Okay, now it's June 4th. We are going to sim to the end of this month and then take another look at this team. So let's get to it. Okay, so David Freese is now eligible to come back. So we're going to bring him right back in. We're going to send down Luplow because he was who we brought up. So demote and put David Freese back in there. So Starlin Marte, he was out for 3 days. Personal message from Sean Rodriguez. I am part of the starting lineup, so he's not happy with his playing time, but that is something you're going to have to bring up with the manager. And you're not part of my long-term plans anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's try and get to that end of the month now. Alright, we're at Wednesday, June 20th, and it seems Ivan Nova is finally eligible to come off the DL. We are going to rehab assign him to the minors, and he can be there for up to 30 days because he's a pitcher, so that's fine. And yeah, so we'll see how his rehab starts goes, and then we'll adjust from there. So it's the 20th, and we're trying to get to the end of the month, so we're almost there. So let's go. All right, guys. So apparently Adam Frazier has a torn back, and he'll be out 4 to 5 months. So that's it seems to be season ending right there. We almost made it to the end of the month. We're at June 28th, and we have a bunch of messages to look at. And we are just going to click read all. I do want to check our NL All-Star fan voting update. Bryce Harper obviously has the most. That makes sense. Catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, center field, right field. We have no one in there. Right? Yep, absolutely no one. Our reliever dropped to third, so he's going to have to struggle to get to that All-Star spot. But we should quickly take care of this problem. 4 to 5 months for Frazier. It kind of hurts. He is a very good person off the bench, can play a lot of positions, and he was hitting 262. So that sucks. Place on DL, 60 day. And we're just going to bring up Luplow because I believe he is our... I mean, we could bring up Meadows, but I want to bring... If I'm bringing up Meadows, I'm going to want to start him. And I don't want to start him. So we're going to promote Luplow back up to Pittsburgh. And we're going to go here. And I just want to make it to July. So that's 1, 2, 3 more days. So we're going to sim ahead to that. And then we're going to look at that and look at the team and the overview and see what's going on. All right. So we're actually simmed, 1 day? And it just so happens that this is the halfway point of the season. So we're just going to do the overview here. And let's see that expanded standings. Yeah, we've played 81 games for us. So that is half our season. And we are dead tied for first with the Cubs. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. 45 and 36. 9 games over 500. Honestly, that is fantastic. Not where we expected to be. So, the wild card, though, we are way out. Well, I mean, not way out, but 5 games. It definitely looks like a West team is going to take the wild card. They are all just very hot. So, what I'm thinking is, with our position in the division, we need to make minor tweaks, and we're going to go for it this year. We are going to go for that Central Division because I think we can beat the Cubs. I think we do really well. Let's see. Against our division. Does it not show your record against your division? I guess not. I thought it did. Interesting. Really thought it did. Maybe it shows it over here. We'll go to info. Nope. Okay. So that is that. But the way I've been seeing it is we've been playing really well in division. We just swept the Mets. We swept Milwaukee. 2 out of 3 from Cincy. 2 out of 3 from Chicago. 2 out of 3 from St. Louis. See, so we do really well against our division. So I'm thinking we improve the starting ERA and maybe bring in a bat. And we have ourselves a team that could very well make some noise in the second half. So, let's first go over our lineup. We have Starlin Marte, who is still hitting well. Gregory Polanco, doing well. Josh Bell, doing well. Corey Dickerson with 11 home runs. That's pretty good for Corey Dickerson. He's on a pace for 22. Yeah, we definitely need to drive in more runs if we want to win this division. Colin Moran is just, that average is beautiful for him. Harrison's doing okay. Mercer, that's all right. That's where I expected Jordy Mercer to be. 215, 6 homers, 27 RBIs. So, what we could do is look for a shortstop that would hit for some power, and the only one that really comes to mind is the Baltimore Orioles' Manny Machado, who's having a mediocre season, but let's see if we can get him. Is there absolutely nothing that works for them? So I'm thinking about giving up. Let's go to AAA. I'm thinking about giving up Austin Meadows because we drafted that center fielder, and it looks like our outfield in the majors is doing quite well for right now. Is there any way you guys can retain a lot of money? Absolutely not, they're saying. This is going to be a hard trade to pull off. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. So, we really need a starting pitcher that isn't going to require a lot of salary. Let's see what Kansas City has. How is Dan Duffy's contract? $14 million. That is way out of our price range. And other than that, Carnes, how's Carnes doing? I really, See, this is where this game gets interesting because you need to find the right pitcher who. What about Fulmer? He's got the league minimum over here. I know he's basically the Tigers' future, but maybe we can convince them? Just absolutely no one that works. Let's see this contract information. Would you take Cervelli? No, they would not. Would you take Mercer? No, they would not, because they are also in the negative in budget. So we need to find a rich team. So rich team, Yankees. It's just what it comes down to. But they're also in a playoff push, so I don't know how that's going to work out. So let's check. Let's check the trading block. So Britton's on the trading block, but he is a relief pitcher. Charlie Morton from Houston. Now that's an interesting person. That is very interesting. Why would Houston be looking to sell? Are they not doing well? No, they're in the top of their division. I don't know why they want to get rid of Morton. Huh. Honestly, that might be the play. Struble Cabrera. Could he play us some shortstop? I mean, his contract is really big, but he could play some short for us. Because I would like to bring in a bat, and he's hitting 261. So I mean, he's a pretty good hitter. Let's try and get Charlie Morton. Okay, so they want Harrison or Starling Marte, which they're gonna get neither. Let's see what his contract looks like. So it's just for the rest of this year, and it's $7 million. But he's having a really good year. 6-1, 394. That sub-4 ERA is what really gets me excited. Maybe give up. Let's go down to AAA. Would you take Austin Meadows? Oh. That's interesting. Very interesting. If we got rid of Cervelli, that would take $11.5 million off our books for next year. I think that might be worth it, and they're all about that. So before I complete this trade that gives up Austin Meadows, who I was gonna build around, but honestly, since I got this new scout, he says Meadows is mediocre. Yeah. I mean, his stuff's okay. He is tearing it up, though, down in AAA. But I think it might be worth it to get Cervelli's contract off the books. Do I have another catcher? So Stallings is our current backup. What's going on in AAA with our catching? Nothing really crazy. So, I mean, it's not like we're subtracting anything. We're going to do it. We are going to do it. Complete. There it is. Yep, Austin Meadows is out of here. Morton, welcome to Pittsburgh. And we are going to send down Chad Cole because he is just +6 ERA at this point in the season. Get out of here. So we actually have 2 spots on our active roster here. So Morton's going to slide into there. And we're going to need to bring up another catcher. We're going to bring up Elias Diaz. Promote to Pitt. Okay. How's that guy doing? That guy looks pretty good. 22. Hitting for some average there. Okay. Wow. Got a nice little shortstop there in Kevin Newman. That actually, we could bring him up in place of Jordy Mercer. That is something to look at, actually. I don't want to do that just this second, though. And Trevor Williams is not good. +6. So we're also going to demote him. And let's see. We got Kyle Crick, Tanner Anderson. Those 2 seem to be our 2 better relievers. So I think we're going to bring up the guy with the better ERA. Just because that's usually a good principle to follow. And so that's going to hopefully improve that starting ERA. And I also want to look. Let's go here. Look at that. Money for extensions now. We have 9.1 million. So we are also going to want to find a bat. that is where things get tricky. So let's see if we have any wiggle room now on Machado now that we have a little bit more cap space. No, they still just absolutely nothing. What if we gave up... Kingman's pretty good. What if we gave up Chad Cole, even though, yeah. Okay, that is very interesting. I don't know. We're going to readjust that batting situation once we get to the All-Star break. So that is where we're going to head next. Let us sim to the All-Star break. Alright guys, so we made it to July 6th, and it just so happens that two of our pitchers are ready to come off the DL, so we are going to rehab assignment Nick here, and he is probably going to factor into our bullpen plans, so he's going to be another key piece down the stretch here for our bullpen. So I'm excited. We are starting to struggle, 3.5 out, but let's get to that All-Star break and then adjust from there. All right, guys, so we made it to the All-Star break, and we are sitting at 54 and 43. We're still 2 games back, but let's take a look at the All-Star game rosters. Let's go right down to the NL and see what's going on here. Let us see if we have any pit. Okay, Felipe did make the All-Star roster, which is awesome to see. And that is it. So, let's go to the team home screen. So, Morton is, let's see what he's doing since he's joined. He's 2-1 with a 5.4 ERA since joining us in 3 starts. So, I mean, that's okay. It's nothing crazy good to write home about. I mean, this was a good start. 8 innings, 4 hits, and no runs. That's what we like to see. And that was also a good start against Milwaukee. So, that looks like a decent acquisition so far. We'll see how that pans out for the rest of the season. And we have to start thinking about if we want to increase our batting. Get another bat in here and really make some noise. Colin Moran is just absolutely tearing it up. 326. This kid's a stud. So that is really cool. It's good to see though that Felipe got his first All-Star appearance at age 27. So I think that's gonna be. He's on a pace for 43 saves, 15 wins out of the bullpen. That would be absolutely astronomical. Just that's wild. That kid's really good. We also let's go down to Indianapolis, and so Birdie he's probably ready to come on up. So we can go here to Pitt, and we can send down Tanner Anderson, who is having a terrible year in Pittsburgh, and we can bring up Birdie, who is going to fill his spot in the bullpen, and it is going to be awesome. Okay, now I am looking to upgrade at shortstop and catcher. So let's quickly see what's going on here. So we'll go to standings. So since he's very much out of the race, and I've noticed that they've had Eugenio Suarez is having an incredible year. He is just absolutely tearing the cover off the ball, and his contract is pretty friendly. So we're actually going to try and trade for him. So they want Talion, which they're not going to get because he is our ace. We're going to try and tempt them with Newman. They have no stance. What if we add a middle reliever? Nope, they just really want Talion. Well, I'm not giving him up. I could give up Birdie, but I don't want to because that back end of the bullpen is going to be super strong with him there. I could give up Mercer. I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think they want that at all. But you never know. Yeah, no, they're not about that. Um, hmm, hmm. I really want Suarez because I will put him at short, and that'll be just the boost that this team needs to take it above and beyond. So, huh. I really don't know who to give them. Do you guys want Jesus Lorenzo? Any interest? Any interest? Oh, I just want Italian. That's wild. Hmm. I mean, his contract is so good. I really want him. Let's see. Would they take Contos? I mean, no. All right. I guess Suarez might not be the plan there. Even though Cincy should be rebuilding. Let's say front office. Oh no, Team Focus is neutral, so that's probably why they're just not budging on that. Let's see. Any word on Manny Machado? Let's see if they're have any interest in trade. No, they're just not about it. Um, who is got a really good powerish shortstop? Oh, what about Colorado? Story? Story might be a good trade if we can get him though. Anything for Story? Okay, we have some wiggle room here with Story. They're at least a little bit interested. Let's go down to prospects. I am willing to give you. You know what? Let's look at AAA. Would you take Newman? No. Would you take Lorenzo? Eh. How about Contos? And I'm going to take out Lorenzo. All right, well, we're going to wait a few more days, and maybe some more teams will open up and be a little bit more willing to trade. What we could do real quick is check that trading block. Oh, so Josh Donaldson is on the block. That's very interesting. Bryce Harper. Huh. That's very interesting. It's probably because the Nationals probably are out of it. Let's see. Oh no, they're in first. Why would they trade away their best player? I don't know. This game's kind of funky sometimes. But all right, let's go through the All-Star game real quick. And I think that's where we're going to end the episode right after we see the results of the All-Star game. Oh, Toronto gave us a trade proposal. They want to send over Solarte, who is having a pretty good year for Toronto. They want Musgrove, though, and I'm not willing to budge on him because I think he's going to become an even better player. So today is the All-Star game. Let's see who the two starters are, Clayton Kershaw and Chris Archer. We'll advance one day and check those results. So Aaron Judge wins MVP as the National League beats the American League. Wow. Wow, the NL scored 3 runs in the last 2 innings to steal that win away. All right. So I think this is a good place to stop for now. I think our next episode, we are going to try and update the roster by getting a new bat. And we're going to play through the trade deadline and maybe even into September at the end of the year. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment. Tell me who do you think we should go after. Tell me what you think of how the team's doing. And please subscribe. So, thank you and have a good day.